Welcome once again to the Chuck Clark Coaches Show here on the BCHS Bear Network. I'm your host, Gary Ownbey, but being joined once again by our head coach for the Bears in his 8th year, I believe it is, as head coach.
Yeah, I guess.
8th year as head coach and a long time assistant to Kent Smith there. Coach Clark, I'd like to welcome you again today. We're heading into the home stretch. We've played everybody in the district at least one time. We start the second go around tonight with, this is a Tuesday when we're recording this, with Cleveland High School here at Bradley tonight. Go on the road with Walker Valley this Friday. And next Tuesday we got Oudwald and Saudi Daisy. And then that's going to wrap the season up except for a non-district game with the Warren County boys, I guess.
Well, we have East Hamilton on that
Thursday. East Hamilton, the 11th.
So, yeah.
Forgot about that. But.
Yeah, again, that's the only time we could work that game in. And so I was talking to the Warren County coach last night, and he said this COVID season is just crazy.
It is.
Trying to schedule ball games and playing 3 and 4 back to back, and it's hard.
And it's disappointing when you have seniors who may miss games that can never be made up, because we lost several games early in the year, games that the boys only were going to play at home and on the road too, that just couldn't be played because shutdowns in different places, including Bradley County schools here. But the regular season championship of the district is virtually unreachable for us right now, unless some really unexpected things happen to a lot of teams. But now you're playing for district positioning, and tonight's game is extremely important for the Bears. I mean, you have all district games except for the Warren County boys game to finish out the season. Every single game, is winnable, but it's vitally important to try to win that. You want to host a district game this year in the district tournament, and because the format this year is the higher seeded teams in the district will host a playoff game.
Exactly. So and right now, I mean, to be truthful, if it were to end right now, we would be right there 4th or 5th. Mm-hmm. And so, 4th we get to host, 5th we travel. So, I mean, it's, and I kind of spelled it out to the guys the other day, and it is what it is, mm-hmm. and you have to live with what we've done. But we will, tonight is huge. I mean, it really is, and this week is big. We can get Cleveland back for what happened last week, and then we'll turn around and try to get Walker Valley up at their place from 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, last Thursday, we played the makeup game with Cleveland. It got postponed December on Thursday. We got down big in the first quarter over to Raider Arena, and then it became a matter of fighting back. And we played even with them the last 3 quarters. But that's like saying, well, we're going on vacation, drive 3/4 away, and we're there. No, you're not there. You got to play 4 quarters to win it.
Well, maybe the most disappointed I've been in that the 2 games that we did not come out and really play well mm-hmm. early was Walker Valley and Cleveland. I'm asking, God, how in the world can you do that? Come out and play your hometown rivals and just lay an egg the first quarter and then play okay afterwards, but still, that bothered me. And, I got...
Get their attention.
I got with them a little bit, and especially I've been showing them video and of what they did, and against good teams you can't get down like that,
right.
And you have to come out ready to play from the get-go. But then they turned around and played really well against McMinn and played really well against East Hamilton, and and we got beat, but we played good enough to win.
The effort was there.
The effort
I know
was
that's
definitely
huge
there.
To you. Yeah.
Oh, it's so. I mean, I've made an example that some of these younger guys may get their opportunity. I mean, if some of these older guys have been playing, if they come out and don't give me the effort that they need to, then I'm not going to be afraid or ashamed to put some of those younger guys in because they are been busting their keister on the court in practice. So they get that opportunity.
And that's all any coach asks at any play in any sport. Just give me your best effort.
Yeah.
And I can live with that. Whether we come out on top or lose, I can live with that. That's just the way it is in anything in life in general. But the upcoming games we have, like I said, with Tuesday in Walker Valley and got Udawal and Saudi, those are all going to be games here. This season, it seems like it took it, well, we were really nervous about whether it was even going to play.
Right.
Football got through it somehow, some way, got their champions crowned in all the different divisions, and we're looking to do the same right now with basketball. Some areas have not shut down at all. Some school systems, like McMinn County up here, McMinn Central, McMinn County, they played right along through the Christmas break and holiday break and didn't miss a lick.
Well, you got Blount County, Maryville, and that area continued on playing.
There's some strong teams up there too.
Oh gosh, yes, and that's it's an advantage. When you keep on going, you keep that momentum going.
Unless you develop players too that maybe are younger, that you throw in the fire there, so to speak, and then they can prove, hey, coach, I can handle this. But you didn't get that opportunity like you have in the past.
No, I really didn't, and that's it's of course everybody missed out on summer, and that's all equal.
Yeah.
No scrimmage games or anything before season, but missing out on 3 weeks of playing and practicing right before Christmas, that set us back a little bit, and it set Walker Valley back some. But it set the whole crew that was not playing, Hamilton County, us, and it showed. First game with Walker Valley, but we were all even.
Yeah.
All things equal, they just came out and wanted to play more than we did. So,
well, you mentioned a couple of shows back. I think that you look at the season as 4 different parts, 4 different segments, and that second segment in there sort of got chomped out of play there. A big chunk of the season did, but it's nobody's fault.
It's 7 games.
7 games. So yes,
7 games.
That's a fourth of your season. I mean, you only play scheduled 28 regular season games typically, don't you? And then you get those knocked out of there. Wow, that hurts in a lot of ways. It hurts not having those home games. It hurts financially. People don't think about that. They're not involved in a close program like you are and see that. But it's people in the seats. It means money coming in, through the ticket sales and concessions, things of that nature. That we're all going to have that to exist, and that's certainly a big chunk missing.
Well, we sat down and figured out. When we open the doors, it's roughly about $900 to $1,000, and that's just the way it is.
Any home game, no matter who you're playing, same
any
thing.
home game, it doesn't matter, and it's going to run that much, and so we were running, $300-400, and so that's about it. So.
Well, I guess there's a lot of other systems in the same way, and like I said, we'll live with that, and hopefully things will get better as we move along, and we can keep everybody healthy, keep the folks, especially the players. Have you, as your team or as a group, tried to do anything different to avoid the virus? I mean, we're all taking precautions, every day here at school and everywhere else that we can, but there's not a whole lot you can do. You can't be with them 24/7 and monitor them, and they got to go home to families, and who knows where the families have been. It's just,
Well, it's the one thing that I have been pretty good about is that I'll spray down the locker room after practice.
Yeah.
About every and I've missed a few days. I'm not beyond that, but for the most part, I will go in after everybody leaves and I'll spray everything down, and hopefully that has been part of it. But you got it. You can only do so much with that.
And we can't live in fear either.
No, I'm not.
We've done lost the battle if we live in fear.
Yeah.
I know we have here at Bradley Central in Jim Smith Arena, we have only the large side of the stands opened up. The short side, we call it, behind the benches are closed up so that we got more room to maneuver around there, and people are not stacked on top of each other. But with the limited attendance, you don't have a big issue like we have with most games with Cleveland or Walker Valley. It's just, it's just a fact of life this year. But it's going to be an interesting finish to the season, and you control your own fate in a lot of ways. I mean, you look at what you've got coming up, and with 6 straight district games, I guess we've got now. Yeah, 6 straight in a row, plus the non-district game with Warren County boys. It's yours to do something with. Your team. It
really is, and you want to get on a roll at the right time of the year, and normally late is a good time to get on it. But 6 district games, and it's going to be tough. But I was talking to Warren County coach last night, and I looked at his schedule. He's 11-2 right now.
Oh, wow. So he's ready to come play too.
So
he had played a lot of games in, really. 13.
13 games, and so we're roughly on the same boat because they were shut down.
Yeah.
And where Cookeville and White County, those school systems were not. Mm-hmm. And so that's one of the things we were talking about with him. He's just now getting on a roll, and he said his guys are playing well, and it's all about what you're doing late. Mm-hmm. And when you get a little momentum going, it can carry you on into the tournaments, and that's what you like.
And that's a perfect kind of team to play before you go to a good, strong team that you don't see at all very often. Not in our district. Somebody outside the district is sort of a measuring stick. Hey, these guys are pretty good. Let's bring them in here. And
if we're fortunate enough to get through the district, we could very well see them in the region. Mm-hmm. So, they've got 4 teams. It's going to be a dogfight in there with White County and Cookeville and Warren, and then Stone.
Well, let me ask you this. We've not talked about this before, but next year we're going to bring a couple of new teams into the district in Ray County and Howard. Howard going to lose Eastham, and we're going to lose Soddy Daisy in our district. So we'll have Bradley, Cleveland, Walker Valley, McMinn County, along with Ooltewah, Ray, and Howard. I know you're not don't have ESP or whatever, but it's going to be a different look and different feel in a lot of ways next year. We're going to go to places we've not been to in a long time. Ray, we'd play occasionally. We've not played Howard in 25, 30 years probably.
79 probably.
79, yeah. We all remember that game.
My brother's senior year down there, and they had a kind of a, we won't say a riot.
A WWF match in the stands among their fans.
Among their fans, yeah. And, I remember Coach Williams saying, hey, this game's over with. And Coach Bowles turned around and said, I don't think you want to do that. We can get you out and the players out, but those families out there, we can't. I don't know if we can help them a whole lot.
Well, things have changed for the better,
really,
and a lot. So.
Yeah, that was way, that was a rough time. Of course, that was Reggie White and
Anthony.
Who's the other guy that played on that team?
Both of them went to Tennessee to play
Tennessee football. Yeah. I mean, they had a really nice team.
And it wasn't the players, the coaches.
No, it was the fans in the stands, and they. I know when we were on our way down there, and heard on the radio said, "Don't even try because it's already sold out," and I was glad. But Mom and Dad were there, so.
Well, I tell you what, Howard back under Henry Bowles, and even since then, they've had some powerhouse teams with some of the best players ever in Chattanooga.
Oh, well, they've been to the state tournaments a number of times here of late in the 2000s, and I mean some really nice teams. And
you go back and look at Ray County in the 1980s when they had Andy Kelly and Walt Cameron there. Oh my goodness, they were a powerhouse team then. So it's going to be a different look next year, but that's next year. We got this year to finish out here in our regular district. And,
well, a few years ago when Kent was coaching, we were talking about that, and they got us in the region one year.
Steve Morris' team.
And so they hit a last-second shot on us and put us traveling.
Yeah.
So
well, it'll be a different look next year, and football will be the same way because we're going to have some different opponents in football next year when that season kicks off, and that's another day, another show for another day. But, Coach, we always appreciate you joining us, taking time out of your busy schedule, I know, getting ready for the game tonight as we host it here at Jim Smith Arena as the Lady Raiders come calling. 4-game set, I guess, begin at 3:30 with the girls JV today?
Yeah.
Okay.
Start out JV girls and then boys and then varsities.
And we know attendance is limited, folks. We're sick and tired of talking about it just like you are. But it will be streamed. BCHS Bear Network on Facebook. Mr. Schroyer and the students will be streaming that for your listening pleasure, watching, viewing pleasure, and we'll have our audio from Mix 104.1 to listen in as well. If you can't make it, and I know a lot of folks that would like to be here that can't make it, but Again, we remind you, please wear your mask, social distance as needed when you're in public, and keep this season rolling right along, because we don't need anything to happen that would possibly jeopardize anybody, any team around here having issues.
It really, this is the first game my parents are coming to.
Oh, well, I'm glad they can come.
Yeah, I mean, I know my mom has been chomping at the bits, and so they've had their shot. They've got one shot in. They're supposed to get their second one in Thursday. So Dad feels comfortable about getting them out, getting Mom out, and coming out, and so he's on me about getting my shot. So when that time comes, when we're able to do that, we'll get our shots and be safe and do it the right way, and
absolutely,
and then help be protective of other people.
Yeah.
And that's the main concern is I'm not worried about myself, but if I'm carrying it around and somebody else gets sick that's not as healthy, that's not good.
No, it's not good for any of us.
So you try to watch after others, and help others.
That's the least we can do, and we hope that everybody has that same attitude, and if we can keep things rolling here at high school. Everybody's back in person here at Bradley. I think Cleveland's back in person pretty soon, if they're not already. I think they are back now. Chattanooga schools looks like they're going to go back in person the week after next, I think is the latest thing we hear.
I think so. And I think everybody's adjusting now, and maybe there's a light at the tunnel. I think there is, and so just got to keep positive outlook on everything, and
that's the main thing.
And keep going strong, and good Lord take care of us.
Everybody do your part, folks. Try to stay safe and strong, and keep your family safe and strong as well as you can. We're going to wrap it up for now. Coach, thanks again for being here. We'll talk again next week. Until that time, this is Gary Ownbey, your host here on the Chuck Clark Coach Show, saying tune in on BCHS Barrett Network on Facebook. Can't even talk today. Until then, though, we'll say goodbye for now. God bless, and go Bears.
Absolutely.